Friends, myself Professor Prashant Mahajan, working as an assistant professor at AISSMS Institute of Information Technology. So in the previous three lectures, we have seen engineering thermoplastics, biodegradable polymers, and conducting polymers. So today we will discuss electroluminescent polymers and polymer composite. So what is electroluminescence? So first, electroluminescence means it is the generation or the flash of light due to recombination of the positively charged holes and negatively charged electrons. That is called as electroluminescence. So you can see electroluminescent material emits light on the passage of an electric current or strong electric field. So that is called as electroluminescence. So you can see the construction and working of the electroluminescent device directly. So this is the diagram from the bottom. So actually this is the diagram of LED which you are using at your home. That is from the bottom. This is the glass or plastic substrate which you are getting that picture, or that is called as screen of your LED TV. Above that there is a layer of transparent anode which is made up of indium tin oxide. Above that there is a electroluminescent polymer, that is PPV, that means polyparaphenylene vinylene. And then above that there is a cathode which is made up of aluminium magnesium alloy. Okay, so the positive charge is connected to the anode and negative charge is connected to the cathode. That means negative charge are coming from the cathode to this electroluminescent polymer, and positive charge is coming from that anode. So negative from the upper side and positive from the below side. There is a recombination of that negatively charged electron and positively charged holes, so it will produce electroluminescence, and that will give you flash of lights. That is your screen, or that is on your screen. So negative from the upper side, positive from the down side, that will combine and that will give you the electroluminescence, and that is the working of the electroluminescent device. So this is the example of electroluminescent polymer, that is PPV, that is polyparaphenylene vinylene. So properties of that PPV: first, it is conducting polymer. Second, it can be processed easily into highly ordered crystalline thin film. Then second, good purity and high molecular weight. Third, small optical band gap and its bright yellow-green fluorescence make PPV used in a LED. So the luminescence which the PPV gives is bright yellow-green fluorescence. And PPV is a conducting polymer with conjugated pi electron system. So you can see in the structure there is a conjugation. So this is a benzene ring. At para position you can see this is para to this. So this is ortho meta para or ortho meta para. So that is polyparaphenylene vinylene. Uses: it can be used in the organic light emitting diode, then organic solar cell, photovoltaic cell, and sensors. So this is about electroluminescent polymers. Then next is polymer composite. So what is composite? So composite, it is the mixture of matrix plus reinforcing material. So you can see composites are formed by combination of two or more different materials with the properties of resultant material superior than original. So it is prepared for some purpose that cannot be achieved by the already available polymers. So that can be prepared by combination of two or more different materials which are having superior properties. Okay, So but the components do not merge or dissolve completely but act together. So there is no reaction of the components which are used for the preparation of composite. Then polymer and reinforced material has two phases. Okay, so there is a two phases. One is matrix phase and second is reinforced, that is dispersed phase. Okay, so matrix phase plus dispersed phase, it is called as composite. So what is the matrix phase? Matrix phase is polymer material that may be thermoplastic, that may be thermosetting. Anyone you can use as a matrix phase. And dispersed phase, you can take particles. So as you can see, so the polymer is used as a matrix and you can take particles as a dispersed phase or fibers as a dispersed phase. If you are taking particles as dispersed phase, then it is called as particle reinforced plastic. If you are taking fiber, then it is called as fiber reinforced plastic. So polymer composite has properties of both the materials in combination. So it is having the properties of both, and boundary between these two phases or interfaces is called as composite. So you can see the definition. Polymer and the reinforced material has two phases with interfaces between them is known as polymer composite. Next is function of matrix phase. So matrix phase bind the reinforcing particles and fibers strongly. So it is used as a binding agent. Then it acts as a medium for distribution of applied load to the dispersed phase. Then third, it keeps reinforcing fibers in proper orientation. And last, it prevents propagation of cracks due to its plasticity. So that are the functions of matrix phase. And next is polymer matrix material can be of two types that we know very well, thermoplastic and thermosetting. So thermoplastic means it can be heated number of times. That means on heating it becomes soft, on cooling it will become hard. So that is thermoplastic. And thermosetting, it is a 3D structure, non-recyclable, no effect of heat. On heating more decomposes. For example, epoxy resin, polyester. So thermosetting cannot be heated several times. It cannot be recycled. It cannot be reused. It cannot be reclaimed. So that is the two type of polymer matrix. Then next is classification of composites. So there are three types. One is particle reinforced composite. As I said, if you are using particles, then that is particle reinforced composite. So the particles is of either metals or non-metals. So which metals? Either carbon black or wood particles you can use, or you can use Fe metal. Any metal you can use as a particles. Then fibers, it is same. It can be of metal, it can be of non-metals. Then structural, there are two types. One is laminar and second is sandwich. So you can see this classification diagram. So composite, then particle, fiber and structural. So particle is having two sizes. One is large size or small size. If the particles is of small size, then it is called as dispersion. So you can see in the diagram that particles are reinforced in the polymer gel. So that is called as particle reinforced composite. But that is having two types. One is large size particle and second is small size particle. Then second one is fibers reinforced composite or plastic. So it is having three types. One is continuous alignment. So you can see the fibers are arranged continuously. You can see the diagram, that is fibers are arranged continuously. Then second is discontinuous. So discontinuous, there are, so that is short fibers. So it is discontinuous aligned. You can see the diagram, that is aligned but that is discontinuous. And third type is discontinuous randomly oriented. So that is third type. So that is of fibers reinforced composite. And last is structural composite. So in that one is laminates. So the best example is plywood. You know the plywood is having number of layers adhered to the, that is adhered in a single material. And second is sandwich panel. So you know where it is used, that is used in the boat hull, that is ship hull or aeroplane body, where the weight should be low. So what is done there, that is the upper side it is of iron sheet, lower side it is of the iron sheet, and the inner part it is of either polymer or either or wood. So that will become lightweight. Okay, so that is sandwich. So the example is boat hull, okay, or ship hull. Then next is properties of composites. So composites has properties like it has high tensile strength, high stiffness, high thermal stability, it is cheap and easily fabricable, low thermal expansion, high impact resistance, high oxidation resistance, high abrasion resistance. So that are the properties of composite. Then next is application. So automobile bodies, turbine engine, racing vehicle component, shafts, hulls, then aircraft parts, musical instrument, toys, windows, doors, office cabins, sports goods, high speed machine parts, fabrication of roofs and floors, printed circuit board equipment parts, refrigerator body, coolers, windows and doors. So that many are the applications of composites. Then next is, that is FRP, that is fiber reinforced plastic. So what are the properties? So polymer is having high tensile strength, high stiffness, high elastic modulus, lower density. So that are the properties of FRP. What can be reinforced? We can reinforce glass fibers, carbon fibers, aramid fibers, aluminium, wood fibers. And polymer matrix you can take, that is of thermoplastics, nylon, polyethylene, or you can take thermosetting resins like polyester, epoxy and phenolic. So what it mean? You are taking it as a matrix space, and this will be as a this is matrix space and this will be reinforcement. So you can see this is a carbon reinforced plastic, this is a glass reinforced plastic, and this is aramid reinforced plastic. Next is, there are two types. One is glass FRP. So in that, matrix space is used as either polyester or nylon. So properties, glass FRP is having high tensile strength, impact, corrosion and chemical resistance. But the limitations are there, that is polymer material can deteriorate at high temperature, so limited temperature range, and structural material do not possess stiffness and rigidity, so cannot be used as a structural component. So that are the limitations, and we can use that glass FRP at automobile parts, storage tanks and plastic pipes. And second is carbon FRP. So in carbon FRP, the reinforcement will be the carbon and the matrix phase will be the epoxy, resin or polyester. Properties of carbon FRP, it has high elastic modulus, better corrosion and temperature resistance. So as we know, carbon is resistant to the microbial attack, and its range is very higher temperature range. Limitation, carbon fibers are very short and expensive, and where it can be used, sports goods, structural components of aircraft, musical instrument, laptops, fishing rods, etc. So that are the types of FRP, glass FRP and carbon FRP. So that's it from today's lecture. Thank you.